letting them in, and that's the only bummer is I can't help you admit people, so you have to do it all on your own without me. Unless you want to make me a host, that's fine. I can do it.
Yeah, you might know better navigation.
Yeah, make me a host, and then I can. It's already recording, so we're good. I'm now the host. Let me see. Okay, I could see participants now, so I have them all here. Perfect. So you tell me, I could start letting them in now, or we could wait.
Yeah, we could let him in.
Let me just see if I happen to see Tim. Nope. I'm going to start admitting.
Perfect.
Okay, let's see.
And all these smiling faces starting to come in. Welcome, everybody.
I don't know what this is. You know, what you doing?
World Records thing.
But we broke it.
I'm muting people right now, David.
Okay.
Make sure.
We're going to be getting started here in just a moment. We have Mr. Tim Story that's going to be joining us here momentarily, but official congratulations in person to everybody on the world record. You guys are all world record holders, and that's going to be one of the things that we cover on this call today is how to redeem your world record certificate. So this is the start of the 30-day free trial. Basically, having the bi-weekly calls with myself, Tim Story, leveling up in life together. And then today is going to be getting your Guinness World Record certificate. We'll walk you through how to do that in the app. For anybody that's having any sort of trouble with the app, we have alternative methods on there to get you guys all redeemed and get your official certificate with your name on it. So we'll get started here just momentarily. I appreciate y'all for joining us tonight, and looking forward to having an amazing call.
And tell us in the chat, you guys, where are you coming from? This afternoon, this evening? Is it morning? Where are you guys coming from? I'm in sunny Southern California. That's where I'm at. David, you're in?
I'm in sunny Florida. So we're in Sarasota, Florida, about 15 minutes from Siesta Key.
Nice. So look at that, David. Estonia, beautiful North Carolina at 6:30 p.m. Georgia, Sarasota, Florida. From India, 3:30.
Sarasota, Florida. I got a neighbor there somewhere.
You do.
Nice.
You do. Let's see. We have India. We have driving from Georgia to Alabama on business. Be careful. That would be called don't be turning on your camera and interacting with us. That would be called drive safe. Texas, San Diego. Yesy, how are you? Georgia, Alberta, Canada. I am admitting more people in here, you guys. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Joseph Mendoza. I'm part of the team. I assist David Williams. I assist Tim Story. And we are all excited that you have joined us this afternoon, this evening, and for the person that is in India and it's in the morning, this morning.
Yeah, good morning. And the cool thing about this call is as we put out there, we told her this is going to be a smaller, kind of more intimate call with everybody coming in. And, that all means all the more FaceTime with Mr. Tim Story. So I know a lot of you got acclimated with Tim Story on our event. He's my partner in the Fifth Degree Academy. That's, really all about leveling up in life together around the core areas and living with legends for 12 months, where we're going to be bringing in people that are doing big things in life that we could all learn from together. but Tim works with Iron Man. I think anybody that was on the call there, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. has worked with Oprah Winfrey, Smokey Robinson, P. Diddy, Kanye. Tim does a lot of life coaching with those folks. So it's going to be a real treat for you because this is a real small, intimate group where you're going to have access to Tim the same way some of these big name folks do that are trying to, bob and weave and navigate their place through life with Tim as their guide. So you're really in for a treat tonight for Tim, and the call is going to probably last for about an hour. So we're not doing 6 hours like we did before. That was for the Guinness World Record event. So these calls, we want to be real respectful of your time, are going to last for about 1 hour each time.
And Tim will be on here soon, David, but I wanted to ask some questions of people who are on. So here's the first question. I know a lot of you have your cameras off. That is okay, but we would like to see your faces. We saw so many amazing faces.
Those smiling faces
over the 2 days at the Elevate experience, but by either show of hands or you can just type yes in the chat. How many of you were on the Elevate experience? Okay, I see yeses, I see hands. I see that.
What?
Now, how many of you, here's another question. How many of you were on both days? Say yes or show your hand. Both days, every day. Jay, I see your daughter's hand. Amber, I see your kids waving their hand. So you were on both days. Anybody just on one day? And that's okay if you were just on one day. We understand you have plans. People get busy. If you're a kid, parents have plans. You might have had a basketball game or a dance class or something exciting to do. One day, and that's okay if you were on one day.
Yeah, at least you were there. You showed up. You did your part, and we definitely we appreciated having you there.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for letting us know that. Now, let me ask another question because a lot of this is about you guys. How many of you were not on the Elevate experience? You were not a part of either day. You were busy. You were on vacation. You missed it, but you registered for it. And your intentions were to be on, but you just weren't able to attend. Anybody not able to attend? Say yes in the chat. Thanks for all the speakers and the value that they brought from the heart. Thank you, Billy, for that comment. David could speak a lot to that. A lot of those speakers are his friends, my friends. What I will say is that was millions of dollars, you guys, worth of people speaking over 2 days. A lot of those speakers,
like $100,000 an hour, $50,000 an hour to normal places like the NBA, the NFL, and they all, blessed every one of us by donating their time those 2 days. And just, how cool is that?
And David, it wasn't like they were just on for 5 or 7 minutes. These guys were on for 30 to 45 minutes, blessing us all with their time, you guys. So it was amazing. Not an easy type of event to pull off, you guys, especially when you are live. But David, maybe you should share with everybody that we had very minimal technical difficulties during almost a 12-hour live event.
Yeah, which is unusual. So we had everything go off without a hitch. Everything just ran super, super smooth both days. We had little blips here and there, but I firmly believe that, God had his hand on this whole program the entire time, and things really went seamlessly. And, really what I want to hear for somebody while we're waiting for Tim to come in here is, out of those 2 days, so we had everybody that was on the call for 2 days, and I know this is going to be a tough question. What were some key takeaways that each of you had on the call? Like, who was your favorite speaker of all? I know there was so many to choose from, but who was your favorite speaker? And then what was the favorite, maybe 1 or 2 things that you learned during those 2 days that you said, wow, that was a great idea, and I'm going to go maybe implement that in my life going forward? So that your favorite speaker, and then what was the favorite thing that you learned?
Raise your hand. Raise your hand, or I can unmute you if you want
Pastor
to talk.
ET, praise God, all of them. Thank you, Jay. Tim's story himself and investing, love it.
Anybody else? Anybody want to share, like talk live so people can hear you? Anybody want to share? I couldn't choose just one. I can understand you on that one. That is kind of hard. Jim Quick, I'm a thermostat and I'm not a thermometer. Thank you,
Love
Camille.
it. You guys got some good
sharing.
memories too. I love it. I'm a thermostat, not a thermometer.
That was so good. ET. How many of you stayed on while you're typing things in? How many of you stayed on or saw Jimmy Darts, who ended the Elevate experience? Day 2. Day 2, very end, Jimmy Darts came on. Lincoln said me. Sung said me. Loretta me. Billy said yes, us. Amber, JF, I think. Jay, you think, you have to remember these things. David, what was one takeaway for you with Jimmy Darts?
Man, there was so many takeaways. But I think, the biggest thing for me is really embracing your faith. I love how he just really had that as the common theme, embracing his faith and how he learned it from a young age. And I think that's really what we're trying to do here is instill, because there was nothing like this when I was a kid. And that's what really inspired to bring this whole program about, to learn from some of the greats. Because does anybody know, my comments in the chat, finish my sentence, you're the average of you surround yourself with the most. You're the average of, boom, there we go, the 5 people you surround yourself with the most. And I know when I was a kid, I didn't have those right 5 people that were on a mission trying to get ahead in life. And that's really what we wanted to do here, is create an awesome community. And as you see, the cool thing about starting out where you guys are here today is the group's going to start very intimate. You're going to have very intimate access to Tim and the speakers, and you're going to get to see it slowly grow over time as we learn together and we grow together. The rooms are going to get bigger and bigger. And then as the rooms get bigger and bigger, the speakers are going to get bigger and bigger. The lessons are going to get bigger and bigger. And it's just really, really excited to embark on this program with everybody.
Absolutely, you guys. So Tim's going to be on here shortly. We're excited. Tim and David are going to talk, give you guys some valuable information here this afternoon, this evening. And then we are going to be able to provide you guys and really hold your hand on how to access your Guinness certificate. For those of you who might have hopped on a little bit late here, David, the news flash was the record was broken. The record was officially broken. Was not easy, you guys, but we were able to accomplish that collectively. So we will hold your hand tonight. We will walk you through. We will give you the proper information that you will need to know to make sure that you can get your own personal certificate with your own first and last name on it.
Yep.
So we're excited about that. David's also going to let you know when you can expect these phone calls to take place every other week, you guys. And as David said, as we continue to build, you are going to see the numbers are going to increase. Right now, it is very intimate. There is nothing wrong with having 24, 25 people on a call, especially with David and Tim on here tonight. That would be called an intimate experience.
So you are all VIP.
There is nothing wrong with that, right, Yessie? She's shaking her head no. I was hoping she was going to unmute herself and say, there's nothing wrong with that, Joseph.
There's nothing wrong with that, Joseph.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yessie, explain to everybody that's on why intimate is great. That sure, for the Elevate experience, I think we had over 3,600 people that came through over the 2-day period, which the numbers are impressive, right? But a lot of times you really get a lot of value when things are intimate like this, right, Yessie?
Absolutely. I think it allows, I don't know how many like fellow introverts sometimes, where you're in a big group, but when you're in a smaller group, you have the opportunity to really connect and be more vulnerable and be more open. And so small is great. And so definitely unmute yourselves, introduce yourselves, like let's have a conversation while it's small and we have the opportunity to do that. So. Great job.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Yessie,
no,
for sharing. David, anything you want to add to that?
No, I'd say I'll even open it up to the group and anybody that wants to, be brave enough to introduce yourself. It's out there, and maybe we might not have as big a prizes to give away on the Elevate experience like we did, but I do got some signed books here, and I actually got a signed book by Mr. Tim Story in my office. So we'll use participation for that. Maybe the first one that wants to raise their hand and do a little introduction and be brave today.
Be brave.
Anybody want to raise their virtual hand? Do you guys know what a virtual hand is? I didn't know what a virtual hand was until a few months ago. If you want to raise your virtual hand and share something. No virtual hands.
Or if you want to, if you're struggling with a virtual hand, feel free to just unmute yourself and give us a big hello for a sign. There we go. We got some virtual hands going up.
So Melissa wants to say something. Melissa, go ahead. I just asked to unmute you. You could share something, Melissa.
Oh, okay. So now
There you
I'm
go.
unmuted.
You are good.
So yeah, I'm interested in starting something new. I'm interested in doing a podcast. And I had all kind of excuses as to why I would have to wait a year or two. And I suddenly realized that, you know what, you need to get going because things are changing. And what you know now is going to be common knowledge. So the more you can get into it, the sooner the better. And then we can all learn together. And, there is no perfect time. I've got to whip it into shape and make time. I'm changing jobs now. And I said to myself, still set some limits and some boundaries on making some moves that need to be done.
Absolutely. And thank you for sharing, Melissa, for being the brave first one to step up and share. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I love that. And a good thing a mentor taught me, because that's the whole theme of this. It's learning from mentors that have already gotten where we got to go. And he said, David, the time is now. When it comes to time, when it comes when we want to do things, when it comes to chasing our dreams, the answer always is time is now, because it's that momentum. It's that taking action, just like you are. I mean, just like every one of you that showed up today, you guys are the action takers of the action takers that are all here and investing in yourself. And, I congratulate every one of you, but that was always wise advice that I got from my mentors. The time is now. When it came to, talking to Tim, one of my close friends and mentors, I talked about this program, and that was really the theme in the call. The time is now. The world needs this more than ever. And let's build a cool community of amazing humans like you that we can hang out with for the year. And by a raise of hands, how does that sound? If that sounds good to everybody on the call.
Yep, that sounds good.
I have a question for you, Melissa. What is your podcast called?
Oh, every day I have a different name for it. So, I have to write it down, but I think that it's going to be, of course, something to help people like the downtrodden. And, I am a nurse practitioner, so I have that angle. And then the common everyday struggles of everyday life. And, maybe there are some people who are going through a homeless situation and they're looking for a job. So there are a lot of, various avenues that you can help them out and to help them keep the momentum and the spirit necessary to get through all the phases from grooming to health. There are just so many angles to take, and to just start it slow and just, expand upon it on how to be presentable in whatever profession you want to be. Is it professional, or is it, whatever you want to make it, wherever you're at? Because all, people are important.
Love that. I love it. Love it.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. David, let's go to, is her name Mermaid, David? I got to ask, is the name really Mermaid?
Yeah. Tell us.
I thought I saw something prior to Mermaid, but
she's a mermaid. I know her. Yes, Tim knows me. I am 5-time Guinness World Record holder. I'm going to Guinness Book of World Record headquarters on Thursday, actually.
Wow.
And Tim is, through Estonia and so on. We know each other. But and by the way, everybody says hi to you, Tim, from Estonia. But
Well,
what I want to say is that I was 2 days watching you guys, observing you guys, even when I was in ocean training, because you
Wow.
can take your phone on a waterproof case to ocean. And what I love the most about you guys, listen, there's so many online educations, and as a 5-time Guinness World Record holder, thank you for giving opportunity to people come together, learn from the best. Every day I learn from, is it shark or is it human? And it's so important that we come together and understand that we can learn from each other. And kudos for you guys for going for Guinness World Record. I'm gonna be on Thursday there, and I'm gonna be so happy to show them that I was part of another
I love it. So we were number 5.
I have 5 individual and 2 teams, but I think people already stole the team one, so I keep my 5 individual ones, and now I'm gonna be having 6.
I love this. Can you tell me what one of them is? Just give me one individual.
So I swam in April 31 miles without using my arms with the mermaid tail, and I pulled out 35 pounds of trash from ocean in Miami.
Did you guys hear this?
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Yeah.
that record will not
14
be
hours.
broken. That record will not be broken.
No. Unless you see me and Tim, like we're going in Miami with our mermaid tails on, trying to chase you. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, thank you for sharing, and thank you for being present both days, even while you were in the ocean.
She's an awesome woman. If you need anything, just DM us. I think you're great.
Thank you.
David, you want to go to Lincoln and then Billy, and then we'll kind of get going here.
Yeah, absolutely. Lincoln, you are up next, my friend.
All right. So my name is Lincoln. I'm 9 years old. What I like about this entire all these Zoom calls is learning about how to invest, how to live life and how to deal with money.
I love it. Hey,
I remember seeing
what do you want? What's the first thing you want to do with your investment? What are maybe one of your main goals in life that you want to invest to allow you to do what?
I just want to be able to have everything that I need for life, and yeah.
I love it. Thank you, Lincoln. Appreciate you, my friend.
Oh, Joseph, don't you remember him?
I do remember Lincoln. Lincoln, did you win it? Did you win one of the raffle prizes?
Yeah.
I met Tim. Remember him jumping around?
Yeah. What did you win, Lincoln?
The scooter.
Show us how you acted when you won.
I remember how you won. Tim was next to me, and we saw you. Do you remember that, Lincoln?
Huh?
Do you remember that?
You got excited. You were like this.
I remember you, Lincoln, and I remember Kyle, because if my memory served me correct, David, Kyle won the PS5. Am I right, Kyle? You did. Kyle was there every second of every hour of both days, camera on, nonstop, taking notes, dialed in.
That says a lot. Kyle, you were cool. And I think Kyle may have had my book, Miracle Mentality.
Yeah. Kyle's
Kyle
one of
was
our 5th degree ambassadors. So we have an ambassador program too for kids that constantly show up, that constantly participate, that are most active in the community. That we allow them to be ambassadors in the community to help influence and support other people in the 5th Degree Academy. So Kyle is one of your 5th Degree ambassadors. Say hello.
He's awesome. You're awesome, Kyle. We're proud of you.
We can't hear you, Kyle. I know you're unmuted, but maybe it's just your headset.
I think we got one more there.
Sorry.
There you go, Kyle.
There we go.
Thank you. All right. So hi guys, my name is Kyle Stokes. I'm 16 years old and I'm from Temple, Texas, and I I truly do love this program we have going on here. I think it's full of a lot of amazing people that are here to do the best thing possible for the next generation. And
I like that. Good
Love it.
voice.
Tell me a little bit about
Thank-
real quick the businesses that you ran. I know you were telling us a little bit about the businesses that you ran there with the lawn mowing and everything. Love to hear about
Yes.
that real quick.
Yes, sir. So 2 years ago, I started my lawn care business. It was the grass man, me. And I did that for 2 years, and then I just recently started up a new business cleaning windows because the down here in Texas, the competition for lawn mowing is very, very hard to compete with. So moved over to cleaning windows, and around here there's a ton of construction, so a ton of dust everywhere. A huge market for cleaning windows.
I love
Tim,
it.
you see how he mapped that out, the dust, huge market, cleaning windows. Let me pivot from lawns because it's so saturated. I would say that's like the miracle mentality at 16 years old right there, Kyle.
Thank you. A lot of
Absolutely.
bugs.
Good going, Kyle. All right. I like
right.
this.
David, let's go to Billy, and then after Billy, I'll let you and Tim chat for a few minutes here.
All right, Mr. Billy.
Yes, sir, gentlemen. I'd like to tell y'all I appreciate this wonderful opportunity right here. I actually found out about it because I follow our pastor E.T. as a member of the APOC family. So whenever y'all tagged him as being one of the guest speakers, it automatically allowed me to be part of the challenge. And I'm telling y'all, from the speakers all the way to the performance to the value and the education that was supplied, I'd like to definitely say, hey, hats off to our young entrepreneurs on here as well. Because as we can see, the value that was brought within this challenge was really placed and put forward so they can actually get better off in life as well. So hats off, especially to all of our young entrepreneurs.
I love it.
With the value that was brought in here, I've been in this industry here for 22 years, and I'm actually dropping out of it hopefully by the first of next year to become an inspirational, aspirational, motivational speaker as well. So on this journey right here, the value that it brought to my life with all the other speakers of joining all the other challenges this year, it's been absolutely astronomical. And hey, we just need to keep it up for our younger generation.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank
Amazing.
you so much.
Billy's good. Inspirational and aspirational speaker, Billy. I like that.
So see, Tim, this just doesn't apply to the kids. Even Billy caught and got something from the 2-day experience. And we were thankful that ET came on, Billy, and blessed us with his time. He did a phenomenal job. We had asked everybody earlier, Tim, who their favorite speakers were. You got a lot of responses. ET got a lot of responses. So, Billy, thank you for your feedback. And David, I'll kick it over to you. I know you and Tim are going to chat a little bit here. And then really, Tim, we want to hold their hands today and really guide them on how to get their amazing Guinness certificates. And David, share with them a little bit. We know a lot of you kids, you may not have social media, right? I have kids myself. Social media is not something that we always promote here in the house, but if your parents have social media, we want you to print those certificates out with your names on them. Take pictures, share them on social media because we want to share them. We want to reshare them when you guys share them. So, David, the floor is yours.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, yeah, with the Guinness World Record certificate, I wanted to go through that real quick. By a show of hands, who was able to successfully download the app? Now, we did recently change the app. Was everybody on this call successfully able to download it? If you go into the Apple or the Android store, if you haven't yet, we did mark it, so there's nothing you have to pay. You don't have to put any sort of credit card. It's just a secure platform, and there's a community within there. So when you download the app, it'll be on your phone. There's a community so we can connect in the community. And then there's digital course modules. So in addition to the live call, why we wanted everybody to download the app is there's actually going to be pre-recorded content in there from some of our great speakers like Tim and Cole Hatter, myself, that you can, on your own time, if you wish to, go in and take those digital training modules on various topics. And what we're going to do is we're going to populate more within there as we have more speakers come in that gift their program. And then as we have some of the calls, because we know life gets busy, we want everybody here on every call. And but sometimes we might be traveling, we might have something going on. So the recording of this experience will be in that app as well. But if you scroll down, once you have it downloaded, there's going to be a big Guinness logo. When you click that Guinness logo, there's a link there that you can put in all your information. And that's kind of what took a little bit of time. We had to wait for Guinness to first officiate it, approve that we actually won the record. Then they had to get us the certificate. But it's a little bit of a challenge to obviously manually put 1,600 folks' names on a certificate. So we actually had to build out technology for every one of you. So you can click the link, put in your information, and then at the end of it, it'll auto spit out your certificate with your name that's on it. So that'll be in there. And anybody that has any questions, you'll be able to, we got the Facebook group that you can ask for. You can email us if you write it down at support@fifthdegree.com. So that's 5th degree.com. Support@fifthdegree.com with any questions. Or text back any of the numbers that have gotten to you as well. So we're here to support. We got a team to support, and we want to make sure that everybody can officially redeem. And the call cadence, the schedule, is going to be the second Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the last Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the beginning, there's going to be a lot. You're going to see a lot of me and Tim. And then as we get ebbing and flowing, we're going to be bringing in some more experts. And then we're going to be bringing in some more, legends, just like Mr. Tim Story, that are going to be living with you guys. And then one last thing that we're going to do too, because we know we gave the 30 days to everybody, and we want to give even more than that. So what we would love to do is everybody on here, because it seems like there was a lot of great experiences, and the way other people, because our mission in life, so y'all know, is we want to impact as many lives as possible. We want to change as many lives as possible. So the way we can do that is spreading the word out to as many people as possible to join us on these calls. And the greatest way to do that is through testimonials. So anybody that's courageous enough to do a testimonial video, kid, parent, just for doing that, we're going to give another 30 days. So you got a total of 60 days living with legends. And we also had a lot of questions from folks too. I know about the program and the discount bundle that we offered. A lot of people were coming forward. Hey, how can I still take advantage of that? Well, anybody after the 60 days that wants to do that, we're going to still honor that, because we made it where it was 70, 80% off. We're going to still honor that for anybody that wants to join into it. And then if there is anybody truly that, hey, I want to join, but maybe it's not in the budget now or whatever it might be, send us a PM, because to us, it's really, it's not about the money. It's about the impact. And we want to make sure that everybody has a way to stay a part of this community so we can grow and learn together. And that's what it's really all about. So best way to get another 30 days is send us a video testimony, your smiling face, your key takeaway, your favorite speaker, how it impacted your life, because we can share that with other folks to be a part of this program.
Absolutely. David, let's address some of these questions, David. I just want to make sure people are feeling heard and they're getting their questions addressed. So the certificate, will it be emailed? The link has been emailed. I do see, Camille, you had said that you are not getting emails. If you can email us at support@fifthdegree.com. I put that in the chat section. That is support@fifthdegree.com. We will make sure we get that over to you. Do you have to have the app to get the certificate? You do not have to have the app. I put the link. It is www.elevate, and that is dash certificate. That's not /. That is dash certificate.com. That'll take you directly to there. So you can get there from the website or from the app directly. So for those of you who do not have the app, you can go directly to the website. Somebody said, I need the password, please. Ellen, thank you for putting the password in the chat section. I just put it up again myself. That is a generic password, you guys. That password will work for any of you guys. When you go to download your certificate, it will ask you for a password. That is the password right there, the EE2023YZA. Put that in the password, and that will get you to the next step in order to get you your certificate. May need to check spam folder. Yes. For some of you not getting emails, definitely check your spam and your junk folders. Potentially the emails could have went there as well. So be sure to check that. The password didn't work. It's not showing name. The password, I just checked it right now. It should work. If not, you can email support@fifthdegree.com. I don't know who that is. It says iPhone 3. Whoever iPhone 3 is, you can email us. And any other questions, guys, keep them going in the chat. I'm going to monitor it. I will make sure we respond to each and every one of you, because our goal is to make sure that you all have your Guinness certificates in hand with your names on them.
Absolutely. And to get on this call too every Tuesday, again, second Tuesday of every month, 6 p.m. And the last Tuesday, you don't have to have the app. We just wanted to have that on there so we could communicate with you, because one of the issues, to everybody's point, we were having, we probably have a lot more people on the call. For some reason, a lot of the emails weren't delivering. That's something out of our control, that Yahoo, Google, same with the text messaging. There's a lot of text message laws out there that are blocking text messages with the carrier when you're sending them out to a large group. So we were trying to use the app because that allows us to communicate when we're being blocked on the text and the email side with all you folks. But even if you don't have the app, you can join this call via this link. It's going to be the same link every week, same password to keep it easy. So you can just mark it on your calendar, the second Tuesday, last Tuesday of every month. And we'll hang out together.
And if you're wondering how you can get access to that additional 30 days, as David talked about, if you do your video testimonial, you can email that over to support@fifthdegree.com, or you can send us a direct message. David, probably the easiest way is the Fifth Degree Academy on Instagram, correct?
Yeah, you do Fifth Degree Academy on Instagram. That'd be great.
So take a video testimonial, whatever you prefer. You can email it to us, or you can send it to us via direct message. For those of you who may not have Instagram, you can email it directly over to us, so we can make sure we extend you the additional 30 days.
Joseph, one of the things I'm seeing is a lot of excitement about this program. And some people have said, does it just go through the school year, or is it year round? So why don't you guys answer that question?
Yeah, so it's going to be year round. So the exciting thing about it is it's going to go all 12 months. And then those that subscribe, one of the common questions we got, hey, if I took advantage of the 80% off bundle, what happens with the free 30 days? Well, we just add that to it. So if you do that, you got 13 months. If you do the video testimonial, you got 14 months. And we got a whole 14 months to hang out together, a couple calls a month. And we're also going to do activities in between, because we know the learning doesn't stop on the call. So one of the things we're going to be doing at the end of today's call is showing you in the app. And if those of you that can, or you're not able to download the app, we can post it in the group. But we have a vision board. So at the end of this call, we have a vision board document we want to send out to everybody. And what we challenge everybody to do by the next call is kind of your homework assignment. Yeah, 2 weeks to get it done, is fill out the vision board. And what it is, it's going to be a document, and it shows what are your goals when it comes to money? What are your goals when it comes to relationship? What are your goals when it comes to, your faith? So all the different core areas of life that are important. What I've always found when it comes to chasing our goals and obtaining our goals is they need to be tangible, and they need to be visible, and they need to be on paper. And when you see them and you can look at them every single day, our mind can process, I don't know if anybody knows this, but our mind actually processes up to 40, 50, 60,000 thoughts a day. But yes, our subconscious does that, and we only truly focus on the things that are most important. So how many people on this call have ever, mom and dad bought a new car, or maybe mom and dad, you can answer this question, you bought a white Kia, and then all of a sudden you see white Kias everywhere. Who's ever experienced something like that before? And you start to see everything everywhere. Well, there's science behind that. And what that is, it's called your RAS, your reticulating activating system. When you have something that you focus on in life, your brain recognizes the importance of that and shows you more of that. And that's kind of like the premises of the law of attraction. Like you get more of what you focus on. So when you got your goals written down and you're looking at them every single day, this is what I want to accomplish. And you tie it deeply, so deeply to your purpose in life, because it's not about just hitting a goal because we want the money, right? Money's good, but it's a tool to do good. money is a tool that allows us to go out and chase our dreams, have the freedom that we want to do the things that we want to, and living in utmost life. And we're going to be giving you that template at the end of the call. And then next call, we'll have everybody share some of those actionable items of what your goals are in life. Because what we want to do in this community too is keep it interactive. And we want to help support everybody in not just writing down those goals, but let's obtain them together. Because how cool would that be that, you know, all of a sudden we're like 3 months in, and then maybe there's more folks on this call like Kyle. They put down on their vision board, hey, I wanted to start a window washing business. And then I'm sure Kyle would probably share all the tips and practices and his struggles that he went through. And that's what community is about. So we can share our wins and support each other around our opportunities.
So David, I have a question. If the kids or the parents want to invite some friends on, how do they go about that? How do they bring friends onto what we're doing?
Yeah, so that's real easy. I think you take the Zoom link, you can share it out on social media, you can text your friends, invite them. We would love for you this very next call. And actually, we're going to make that a challenge for the next call. By show of hands, who's already committing and is going to be on the next call here? Show of hands, who's going to be on the next call? All right, love it. See lots of hands in the air. And now, who thinks they could bring, I'm not going to say 5 or anything. You can bring as many as you want, but at least one friend with you that's on a similar mission in life that wants to learn. By show of hands, who can bring one friend in? Love it. Seeing lots of hands. We're going to do a competition. We're already giving away a signed book to Miss Melissa from Mr. Tim Story that I got here in my office. But we'll do another prize on that next call for whoever can bring the most amount of people into here to help grow our community, because it's all about impacting others.
I think the mermaid's going to bring some other mermaids.
Yeah, I love it.
Deal.
Yes.
Some other mermaids that have also broken Guinness World Records.
Love it.
David, there's some questions I'm looking at, and I think it's important that we address them. You guys, you're wondering how to get your individual unique name, like how to get Joseph Mendoza in the certificate. The easiest way, you guys, it's going to be tough on your cell phone. It is easiest if you do that on a desktop computer. If you have a laptop or a desktop computer, all you need to do is in the name box, you just put your cursor and tap in there. It will then highlight that box where you are then able to put your own unique name in there. It is fillable. It is a PDF document, but we have unlocked it so you can put your unique individual name inside there. And then another question, David. It's a great question from Jay. He sent me a direct message. Any idea on how long until the actual record will post with Guinness? And my response is we are still waiting back on Guinness for that same exact response. That is a great question, but rest assured we will be updated on Guinness, you guys. David, talk a little bit about the Facebook group and how they should look out for emails. I know a lot of people don't have access to Facebook. For those of you who do, we will be posting a lot of content. We will be putting things in the Elevate Experience Facebook group, and then there soon will be a 5th Degree Academy Facebook group as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So as of right now, you're more than welcome to communicate in the Elevate Experience Facebook group. I know many of you are in there. If you're not in there now, you can just search Elevate Experience. There's the one with the group. There's about 500 members, I believe, a part of the group now. You can join that, and then we're going to transition over to the 5th Degree Academy. That's our program, 5th Degree Academy group, where it's going to be private, just the members that are on this community that are on the call. We'll have important communication that are in there. And it's also a place to really share your wins in life and share maybe some of your struggles. I can tell you, I'm in a lot of masterminds, and it has really elevated my life in a way that I never thought possible. And that's why, again, one of the reasons, many reasons we built this community is because how many of you have been stuck in a place in life, and then all of a sudden a month later, you're stuck in that same place.
Yep.
6 months later in that same place. I've been there for years sometimes. But the cool thing about masterminds and communities like this is, especially as we grow, there's going to be somebody dealing with either in the past or currently the exact same struggles as you. And then you can learn from that individual struggles, and they can share the roadmap, how they got through it. And there's no reason to struggle for months and months and months when they can give that solution. But the same thing for our wins. So in the group, we want to say, hey, just like Kyle shared his win, this is what I did. I recognized an opportunity. I recognized an opportunity in my community where there was a need, and I went out there and fulfilled that need. And this was the 5 steps that I took to build a successful window washing business. And now what you can do is, anybody that was considering doing that window washing business, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? Because you already got the wheel from Kyle, and he's happy to provide the whole blueprint where you can just follow his lead and do the exact same thing that he's doing to get the exact same result that he's getting. And that's what the community is all about. We'll have important information in there, everything.
All right, Joseph, up next.
I was just typing something in the chat. Sorry about that, you guys. Support@fifthdegree.com is the email, you guys. Anything you need, email support@fifthdegree.com, and somebody will get back to you. I did put that in the chat again, and thank you, Camille, for adding in the website again for the certificate and the password, you guys. Any questions, any concerns that you may have, support@fifthdegree.com. And then, as David said, the same Zoom link that you guys used today, I know somebody, Tim, was tomorrow morning in India or somewhere. You can use the same Zoom link. It's not going to change. The password's not going to change. You can share that with your friends. You can email it. You can text it, whatever you guys want to do. You can use the same Zoom link for the call in 2 weeks, you guys. So the call will be in 2 weeks, same time, same place. We will not change the Zoom link on you guys.
If for any reason we have to, we'll make sure that that's communicated, but we're going to try to keep that consistent, keep it easy and simple. And then calls going forward too. So this one was very informative, being our first call. Went through a lot of information, a lot of housekeeping, what to expect in the community, how to get your Guinness certificate, what to expect in future calls is, we're just going to get right in it. We're going to get right into talking about life together. We're going to get right into the lessons, the teaching, and we're going to try to have a lot of fun while we're doing it. Who in here wants to have fun?
Yes. So David, I'm excited about that, with teaching on mindset, miracle mentality, that we can go from believing in miracles to expecting to receiving miracles in your life. And a miracle is something extraordinary, uncommon, and not normal. You guys are not supposed to be normal people. You are extraordinary. So if you want to be extraordinary, just keep on showing up and let's grow this community. It's a worldwide movement, right, David?
Absolutely.
David, share a little bit about the 5 key components that are going to be touched on as we press forward in the Fifth Degree Academy. The 5 core components that people are going to come on, world shakers are going to come on and teach and talk about, so everybody can have the proper expectations.
Yeah, so really the 5 core areas of life that we're going to be focused on is faith, family, freedom, finances, and fitness. Because I believe, I wouldn't be where I'm at today without faith, and having faith in our journey of where we're headed in life. Because sometimes you just gotta take that leap of faith. Who in here has ever seen the movie Indiana Jones, right? What did he have to do? He had to do almost impossible, and he had to take the leap of faith out into what made it look like he was going to fall off of a cliff in a mountain. But he took that leap of faith, and then that led him to his destination. So that's the same thing in life. Sometimes it's making that life change. Maybe it's starting the podcast that we talked about, and you got to take that leap of faith to take action to get to that next destination in life. And family, we want to talk about things, some of the things that we're going to talk about here too, and future calls to expect is we're going to sit around and we're going to have another document on future calls of building household core values together. That not just parents can develop and hold kids accountable to, but kids can kind of embrace and hold parents accountable to too, because we have, and you might be wondering, what is a core value? Well, that's going to be different from family to family, person to person. Like what they are in my household is at the very top, it's put God first in everything that we do. A Williams always finds a way. A Williams always shows up. A Williams never quits. And we require in our household to have positive PMA. What's PMA? Positive mental attitude. Because when we're going after something in life, or we're just operating, normally day to day, negativity never gets us anywhere. So we try to have a positive mindset to everything we do. And we want to give you guys a guide where you can build that as a family. Hey, what are the most important things? Like we have core values in all of our companies. And we saw how much it changed our companies to give everybody those guiding principles to operate by. And we thought, how cool would it be? We need to have these in the household.
Yeah,
so that
we're
all absolutely.
And I was going to just say that even things like kindness, compassion, honor, being a person of your word. So you parents are going to love this program, and you grandparents.
Right. And I'm gonna share 3 words that Tim Story always talks about, you guys. He always talks about we learn in 3 ways. We learn through conversation, observation, but what the Fifth Degree Academy is really about is the education component. And that is really going to go hand in hand. Is you're going to be educated on faith. You're going to be educated on family, educated on fitness, freedom, and finance. And Tim, maybe you can share a little bit about that on the educational side that you're excited about.
Yeah, I remember my 6th grade teacher. He was excited about my energy and my personality, and he gave me one of his books to read. It was a biography book about this famous person called Michelangelo. And just my teacher believing in me and really helping me to show me that education was exciting, it was fun, it could change my life. I really became a person that got excited about education and continued to go on in my education and do well. So we want to show you once again, because some of you know this already, that education is super exciting. And the more wisdom we have, the more doors are going to open to you in life. I have been to 78 countries of the world, 78 countries of the world. And a lot of that is because my education helped take me there.
I love it, love it, love it.
Amazing. David, I think, how are we going to get them this vision board, you said?
It's in the app, but I'm going to share it on the screen here as well real quick. Everybody can see that?
Yeah.
Got it.
If you look at it, Fifth Degree Academy, my vision board. So when it comes to health, and these are core areas of life that are important. When it comes to health, writing your health goals down, because if we don't take care of our health now, you know what happens? Does anybody know what happens? We spend our wealth later in life trying to get back our health. So I think it's important, while it's good to enjoy those sweets sometimes, while it's good to do this, good to do that, it's also good to have balance. Make sure we're nourishing our bodies with the right foods. We're staying active. We're staying fit, because that's going to promote an overall sense of wellness that's going to support the other areas of life. Our finances. If we don't have our finances in order, like there's so many people in this country that, we're in this instant gratification society sometimes. Like the new iPhone just got released. And what is everybody doing in America right now and it's not that they're bad people at all, but you guys chose to be here. But other people are out there on the iPhone launch and looking for that new iPhone. And a lot of times when we chase the wrong things in life, when it comes to our finances, before we know it, like we're taught to get that house, to get that new Mercedes, we're taught to get that iPhone. And before we know it, every bit of our income is going just to pay to live. And what we want to do is teach a path that you can not just live to survive, but you can live to thrive. What if instead, when you go to buy that first home, maybe what you do is you buy a duplex. And I know some of you are a little bit a ways away from that right now, but they got great first-time home buying programs out there. And imagine buying a duplex, renting out the other half, or Airbnb-ing the other half, and then the income for that, which is called passive income, is paying for your iPhone, it's paying for your Mercedes, it's paying for your mortgage. So now You don't have to worry about, hey, I got to work every single day, and if I don't show up, I can't pay my bills. But how would it feel that when you go in your career, you go to work or you go into business, that everything is taken care of for basic essentials, and the rest is just icing on the cake that we can really just thrive together in life. And then, we're going to be talking about relationships, knowledge, personal, lifestyle, careers, you name it. So we want you to put all those things, sit down with your parents and have the parents fill out this board too, and hang it somewhere. The best place I would put it is on the fridge, because we all got to eat, right? And that's a great place. Every time we go to eat, we can see our goals and never lose sight of our dreams. And as a family, the Fifth Degree family and your families, we can stay focused on that vision together and all go on the journey together to meet and exceed our dreams.
And you know what I love about this, David, is a thought isn't always, if you can keep that vision board back up, David, real quick.
Yeah.
A thought isn't always an action, right? A thought's a thought. But what I like about the power of writing something down is as Tim talks about this, it goes from your mind, right? As a thought, it goes into your heart. It's got to get to your hand, to a pen, right? And then it's got to be put on paper. So there's intention behind that. So when you write something down and you can visually see it, there's accountability in that, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
So when you write on these vision boards, that is your writing, that was your pen, that was your thought, that was your intention. Now there's accountability to it when you wake up in the morning. If it's work out X amount of times a week, if it's save X amount of dollars per month, if it's do something with your brother, your sister, a sibling, your mom or your dad for family, if it's working on relationships or your career, if it's trying to further your window washing business, you write these things down. Now you are being held accountable with your own writing, you guys. That's staring at you each and every day. So Tim, why is there power in people writing these things down on their vision boards?
Yeah, just as you and David have been saying, what it does, to me, it goes from your heart to your hand. And the hand writes it out. And then the Bible says in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4, write the vision down and make it plain. When you write it down on your vision board, you make it plain for the world to see that this is where I want to be in my finances, my health, my family, and all these different areas. And it really helps you to go execute the plan. That's what we're all about here at Fifth Degree Academy.
Absolutely. And that's why we really want everybody on this call. Can we get everybody's commitment by next call? By show of hands, your commitment that you're going to fill this out. Mom, dad, kids, everybody that's on here. Because what we want to do with it, we want to review it next call. And then based off some of your goals, what Tim and I are going to do, and Joseph, we're going to give you some real world advice, as well as some of your community members, of how you can go out and execute those goals. Because it's not just writing them down, because writing them down is the first step. But then the next part of it is taking action. Taking action. And when is the time to take action? We said at the beginning of the call, the time is now. The time is now. There's no better time than today to chase our goals and our dreams.
Absolutely. And David, as you pull that down, we'll end with this. And this is something I've always learned from Tim, is you always start on time and you always end on time. There's something about being punctual, you guys. It's 4 o'clock for you on the West Coast. It's going to be 6 o'clock Central Time. It's about to be 7 o'clock on the East Coast. For Estonia, I don't know. I'd have to look at my world clock. For India, I'd have to look at my world clock. But we always want to be respectful of your guys' time. A lot of you are transferring or segueing into dinner time, into family time, into homework time. So we always want to be very respectful. We started at 3 p.m. Pacific on the dot, and we're going to end at 4 p.m. Pacific on the dot, just because we're punctual, right? But also to be respectful of your guys' time and the rest of your evenings.
What a powerful hour. David, give us closing remarks.
Yeah, so I just want to thank every one of you, congratulate every one of you for just making this important, for just showing up the way you did, because even out of everybody that was on the event, I know a lot of emails weren't going through and text messages, but you guys are here. you guys decided to take action. There's so many other things you could be doing right now. Again, like the iPhone launch, playing video games, watching Netflix, watching a movie, but you prioritize and you made important just your further development. You prioritize being in this community. And I'm just excited to be with a bunch of committed kids on this call, committed teens on this call, and committed parents on this call. And if you notice, we're trying to be very deliberate with the messaging, where it's not just one or the other, but we're going down the middle lane where this message can resonate with both parents and any kids and teens are on the call, so we can all learn together as a family. So I want you all, let me see some clapping there for your neighbor on the left, your neighbor on the right, your neighbor up there. Let's give yourselves a round of applause for being the action takers you are, the champions that you are, and just showing up in life, because that's what it's all about, is just continuously showing up. And I'm just so excited about our journey together and looking forward to our next call where we got the housekeeping out of the way and we're just going to be, diving in deep and having a lot of fun together and learning together.
Absolutely. Email support at Fifth Degree with any questions or concerns. September 26th, 3 p.m. Pacific. That is 6 p.m. Eastern time. We will see you all in just 2 short weeks. Have a blessed rest of your evening, and thank you all for joining.
Thank you all so much.